Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. This is my Fresh Florals box because it's a box with fresh florals on it and I just think it's lovely. I have made this box in the past, but it was quite a few years ago and I thought it was time for a change, time to bring it up to speed. I did mess up on the measurements because the designer series paper actually ought to be a little bit taller. But actually I think it's quite sweet with that off colour bit. Anyway, but I'm going to show you how to make it. So you need a piece of cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 11 inches, which is 28 by 21 centimetres. And we're going to score the long side first. Okay, so I've got Berry Burst here. Luscious colour. It's just divine. So score it at 2, 5 1/4, 7 1/4, and 10.5 inches, which in metric is 5, 13.5, 18.5 and 27 centimetres. Whiz it round and score it at 2 inches, 6 inches and 7 inches, which in metric is 5, 15 and 17.5. And you can see this is what's going to be this top part here. Get that out of the way. So fold all your score lines. Burnish them well because this is quite nice and thick cardstock. So if you just folded it with your fingers it would twang back up, but if you burnish it with a bone folder it stays down. Final one is that part there. Okay, so the first thing to do, work off the bottom. So the top is where you've got 2 score lines, the bottom is where you've just got 1. Easiest to work there first because that will help you if you suddenly think, oh, I don't know where the back of my box is, I don't know where the front of my box is. If you've got that bit in place first, then you'll find it an awful lot easier. And by example I mean this needs to be the back of my box, which means my lip, because this bit folds over, has to come from the back. So I need just that one little section there. I don't need that or any of that. I'm going to get rid of all of it. So and it depends on how brave you are as to whether you go ahead with scissors or whether you think, I think I might need a trimmer. I'm quite brave. She says, it's really dodgy lighting today, so I've actually had to put my spotlight on. So that's going to fold all the way round and it's going to come forward. Now it will pinch in very slightly. It's up to you if you want to help it or not. I don't feel the need to help my cardstock do its thing, but it's up to you. There we go. So some fuse down this little tab. And as I said, that is the back of your box. So folding 2 sides and the back, and depending on how much you've got in there, it's up to you how much adhesive you want to put on. If you've got something heavy, stick adhesive there, there and there. Mine isn't, so I'm just going to put, because it's empty, until I fill it with treats. So just some adhesive there. Okay, and just gently pinch, and it will stop when you put the lid down and seal it in place. So how do we seal it? Right, first thing you need a paper piercer. Because I'm going to pierce, and I'm holding it in position as though it was closed, and I've pushed it a long way in. Can you see what I mean? I'm holding it in place, and that's given me punch hole guides. So which handheld punch should I go for? I'm probably going to pull out one that's retired, aren't I? 1/8 of an inch. I think we still have that one. I know we do. I might possibly happen to hang on to the one that did retire. So I'm punching through those holes. They were just a guide for me more than anything. I forgot to put my DSP on the front. How dippy am I? I kind of need to put that on. That measures 1 3/4 by 1 inch, which is 5 by 3 centimetres. Okay, let's glue that on. Oopsie. Always easier to do it when it's not stuck together. And then this one is going to go down at the bottom, so that's fine. That's 2. It's not 2. I got that wrong before. It is 2.5 inches. 2.5 by 1 1/4, and in centimetres that is 6.5. I'm just writing down. So it's 6.5 by 3, 2.5 by 1 1/4. I'm dangerous, aren't I? Okay, so this is going to, where it's always easier to do the project, do your gluing before it's all stuck down. So that's going on there. Kind of need to punch my hole in again. There we go. You'd never know. So that will fold over, and when I stitch it, because that's what we're going to do, that will hold together. So no idea if this ribbon is going to work actually. We're just going to have a bit of a, no, I think it's going to look messy. We'll use this one. This is, what's this one called? Finely woven ribbon. So cut off a length, which you think is going to be enough, and maybe a bit more than enough. Fold it in half and tie a knot into it. Oh, I was going to say you need a relatively bulky knot, but maybe not that bulky. Okay, because that is going to hide inside. And I'm going to poke those two through the hole as best I can. This was definitely easier with a smaller ribbon, or a thinner ribbon I should say. Because I can't see what I'm doing, and I had a much thinner ribbon. Maybe I should just use a thinner ribbon again. No, I will make this work. Only to prove to myself that it will work. Ha! Not defeated by a ribbon. Okay, so that's the purpose of the knot. It's in there, and then push those through. There's one. And another. And that one. So pull them through until they're nice and snug. And this is where you need a knee on the table, and you need extra pairs of hands, and you turn your bow all over the place, and it's totally wrong and not the right way up. Like that one. Oh, it hurts, doesn't it? There we go. It kind of worked with the thicker ribbon. I definitely think the thinner was the better. But at least we now know. So you can learn by my mistakes. On. Right, little bit of stamping. No idea what size my panels are. They are 3 by 5 centimetres and 2.5 by 4.5. What's that in inches? That's going to be 2 by 1 1/4, and that's going to be 1 3/4 by 1. Right. It's a good job I've got a photopolymer stamp, really, isn't it? So I want the one that says, "Hope you're feeling special today." And that's from a very, very favoured one of mine, Garden in Bloom. And I've pulled out powder pink, but I'm actually thinking of swapping that for Flirty Flamingo. I think that's enough of a contrast because I want to get the Flirty Flamingo little gem, so I'm going to just mix up all of the in colours. Actually, it doesn't clash too badly. I thought it might be, you know, a little excessive. So that onto there. And I've got these gorgeous glitter acrylic shapes. And I used Sweet Sugar Plum on that one, but I'm going to go, as I said, with the Flirty Flamingo. Was that the right one? That's awfully pale for Flirty Flamingo. Oh well. Grab that mini glue dot onto the... There is one side that is not glittery, or it's quite obviously not the glittered one, and one side that is very glittery. On there, a couple of dimensionals. And onto there. What do you think? How cute. I think it's really rather lovely. And that glittery bit, you really can't see the glitter, and I will do my best to get it in photographed, but it's absolutely gorgeous and I really love it. And I love this style of box, even if I do have to fight with it. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.